Fundamental rights in India. Right to equality. Articles 14 to 18. 1. Article 14, Equality before the law and equal protection of the law for all individuals. 2. Article 15, Prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. 3. Article 16, Equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. 4. Article 17, Abolition of untouchability. 5. Article 18, Abolition of titles and the prohibition of the conferment of titles. Right to freedom. Articles 19 to 22. 1. Article 19, Protection of certain freedoms, including freedom of speech and expression, assembly, association, movement, residence, and profession, subject to reasonable restrictions. 2. Article 20, Protection against double jeopardy, self-incrimination, and retrospective punishment. 3. Article 21, Right to life and personal liberty, including protection against arbitrary arrest and detention. 4. Article 21A, Right to free and compulsory education for children aged 6 to 14 years. 5. Article 22, Protection against arrest and detention in certain cases. Right against exploitation. Articles 23 to 24. 1. Article 23, Prohibition of human trafficking, forced labor, and other forms of exploitation. 2. Article 24, Prohibition of child labor under the age of 14 in hazardous employment. Right to freedom of religion. Articles 25 to 28. 1. Article 25, Freedom of conscience and the right to freely profess, practice, and propagate religion, subject to public order, morality, and health. 2. Article 26, Freedom to manage religious affairs, establish and maintain religious institutions. 3. Article 27, Freedom from payment of taxes for promoting any particular religion. 4. Article 28, Freedom from religious instruction in educational institutions wholly maintained by the state. Cultural and educational rights. Articles 29 to 30. 1. Article 29, Protection of the interests of minorities in preserving their distinct language, script, and culture. 2. Article 30, Right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions. Right to constitutional remedies. Article 32. 1. Article 32, Right to move the Supreme Court for the enforcement of fundamental rights through writs, habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto, and certiorari. Article 33, it empowers the Parliament to restrict or abrogate the fundamental rights of the members of the armed forces, paramilitary forces, police forces, intelligence agencies and analogous forces. The objective of this provision is to ensure the proper discharge of their duties and the maintenance of discipline among them. Article 34, it provides for the restrictions on fundamental rights while martial law is in force in any area within the territory of India. The martial law is imposed under extraordinary circumstances like war, invasion, insurrection, rebellion, riot or any violent resistance to law. Article 35, Article 35 lays down that the power to make laws, to give effect to certain specified fundamental rights shall vest only in the Parliament and not in the state legislatures. Powers of Parliament, only, to make laws. Prescribing residence as a condition for certain employment or appointments in a state or UT or local or any other authority. Empowering courts other than the Supreme Court and the High Courts to issue directions, orders and writs for the enforcement of fundamental rights. Restricting or abrogating the application of fundamental rights to members of armed forces, police forces, etc. Indemnifying any government servant or any other person for any act done during the operation of martial law in any area. The Parliament has powers to make laws prescribing punishment for offences such as untouchability and traffic in human beings and forced labour. Article 35 extends the competence of the Parliament to make a law on the specified matters, even those matters which may fall within the sphere of the state legislatures. State list.